Hello, everybody. Let's talk about the Oblivion playthrough, which I'm currently uploading. It's on part four now. The Skyrim playthrough has been abandoned due to bugs in the Anniversary edition. Right, Skyrim SC Anniversary patch just introduced so many problems. I've given up on it. It's causing so many crashes. Quests that aren't working. I'm probably going to roll back to the original 32-bit version of Skyrim and just play that from now on because there's too many issues. And Bethesda just did their usual bit of hash of it. But I am playing through Oblivion instead. There's four episodes done. It starts on the 22nd of December, and that's when you'll start seeing it. I'm uploading the Christmas Day edition right now. Right, that's playthrough 4. That contains some information about why the Elder Council got made. That's the mod and the trouble I was having at the time. I'm going to give you some background here to it all, some proper. We'll have a proper chat about it, so people that know now why what they actually want to do. Now this is all ancient history now. This is all water under the bridge. But I'm saying it now because I don't want to be getting into this question answer thing like it caused it again. In the past, players used to get at me for making Kavachi Aftermath, and it wasn't a lore mod. I didn't care about Oblivion lore at the time because I didn't actually make any. I didn't play any Elder Scrolls games before Oblivion. I got my first computer in 1980, and by 1990 I was uploading my first mods to the internet, and by 2000 I was running my own website and hosting my mods on my own website. And in 6 years after I started doing that, that's when I started modding Oblivion. And the players, well, the people on the forum didn't know that I was a veteran modder. They assumed I was some school kid and tried to bully me. And of course, I don't like bullies. So yeah. But it started with a question answer. Same question, same answer. Same question, same answer for 30 pages. And I got sick of it because it doesn't matter how many times you say read the answer already given, they'd get mad at you for not replying again. So them not reading one post up, right, triggered me to say read the post above, and them getting mad at me for saying that to them. So I got mad at them for being lazy sods. So it just spiralled out of control. And I still hate that type of player today. But I let it get to me. And quite frankly, right, the whole community there was toxic anyway. I've never known such a horrible community to make mods in as the Elder Scrolls forum, the official one. And the same went on with Nexus as well. I mean, Nexus tried for a while to avoid it, but eventually they gave up and just embraced it. It became really popular as a result, but their community was super toxic after that, right? But anyway, I made Kavachi Aftermath and got flamed by so-called lore fans. Right, so I made Origin of the Major Guild, which was a lore mod. I did research, I checked it all out, and then I started talking on the forums about it, thinking all these lore fans would be interested in this. Turns out they weren't lore fans. They didn't know the first thing about Elder Scrolls lore. Right, it says they were just having a go. It was an excuse to flame a mod maker. And I realised that it was just another part of the toxic environment that we were making mods in the Bethesda community. And by the time I'd actually made 3 quest mods, the Kavachi Aftermath, Origin of the Major Guild and the Necromancer, I came to the attention of people that I would consider to be chief trolls. People that made tools and wanted to feel important in the community and didn't want to be challenged by anybody that actually made a real mod. And they said to me, because I was getting along fine with them until that point, and they came to my page, can we edit your mods? I went, yeah, sure. But instead of saying, right, we've done this, we've done a few fixes here and there, they literally flamed me in reply to me saying yes to them editing my mods. They literally posted their version in my forum, said my version was entirely bad and corrupt, so everybody should be using theirs, and I didn't know what I was doing, all that kind of shit. And I thought, what the fuck? You asked me for permission to edit my mod, and you thanked me by attacking me? And the community thought that was fine. They didn't see the problem. And I thought, you don't see the problem with them asking for my permission and treating me that way. That didn't cross your mind as something that should never have happened. Anyhow, I left the community. Right? I thought, no, this is bad. Right? Bethesda won't do anything about it. In fact, their moderators were friends of these people, and they let them do it. and I quit. Right? I did get my only response then from Bethesda, moderating team, about reopening the thread, right? Because they closed my thread over it. So it's reopening the thread and cleaning it up, right? And I went, no, I've had enough, I'm leaving. Anyhow, the community, the decent players on the community, anyhow, supported me. I had a lot of support. I went from being a mod maker that was trying to mod under the radar to being super important suddenly to a lot of people. And I had no idea how that happened, but I think it was because they were flaming me and therefore making me popular. So millions of downloads later, I decided, look, I'll thank everybody by making them a new mod, right? So I made them, I returned and made them the Elder Council mod as a thank you to the community for supporting me when I was being attacked. So yeah, that was the Elder Council mod, and that's what I was talking about in part 4 of the Oblivion playthrough. Anyhow, it didn't take long before it all started happening again, so I just walked away. I walked away from the Elder Scrolls community, and when Nexus went from Tessa Source to Nexus, I supported it. I was one of the people supporting both sites with uploads and mods and stuff like that, because they had plenty of rivals at the time, right? And eventually Nexus came toxic as well, so the issues arisen there. So I left, and that was 2008 when I last used that. It was about 2008 when I last used Bethesda's forum. I considered both to be too toxic to have fun in, modding, so I stopped making mods. And the trolls cheered. They'd driven away another modder and they were happy. Having driven away is a person that made 4 quest mods at that point for them. Right? What they didn't like though, because they didn't know at the time, that I actually had my own website where I'd been modding other games from and been hosting other mods for other games from. So me modding from my website and hosting my mods on my own website and not uploading to Nexus was the most natural thing in the world for me, because I'd been doing it since 2000. And this was now 2008, so I've been doing it for 8 years. So when I carried on modding from my own website and simply didn't let them on it went apeshit, because whilst they were happy to flame me when I did support them, they weren't happy to have me making mods and not letting them download them. They thought they had a right to download my mods and attack me for making them. I disagreed with that. I said, no, you've got no right to my mods whatsoever. I get to pick who plays my mods and who doesn't play my mods because I made them, right? If I want to share them privately with friends, I will share them privately with friends, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So you had your chance and you fucked it up. You burnt that bridge. And they just had a meltdown. The entire community had a meltdown. But that just made me even more popular. People came to my site to get mods because everybody was talking about them. I had people, most of my fans that started out as trolls attacking me. They were told my mods were so bad, I needed to be driven out of the community, I needed to die. I had death threats made against me. And they came to my things, sneaked in under fake accounts, grabbed the mods, started playing them, realised they liked them, and became a fan. Because the thing about the leopard don't change their spots. A troll will always be a troll. But a good mod will always be a good mod. And it doesn't matter what you say, you can't change what mod's actually like. I spent all that time trying to defend them. I didn't need to say a word. All I had to do was go, here's the mod. Make up your own mind. And the mod would have spoke for me. So I made a massive mistake in defending my own work. I didn't need to. I could have left it. So yeah, but anyhow, eventually when I did stop modding completely, it was about 2015, and it wasn't because of anything that was going on in Bethesda's community or anything like that. It was simply because I paid £300 down for 3 years hosting, and the company I went with, it's the same company I've been with for a number of years, sold their company to somebody else, right? And that somebody else just let the site die. They didn't update it. They let everything come outdated. Hackers were soon on it, uploading viruses, and not a damn thing I could do about it. It was £300 down the drain, as far as I was concerned. And eventually I had to close my site to stop you guys becoming infected with the viruses these other people were uploading via backdoors and insecurity issues. because the actual host, the actual server itself was insecure after that because of what they did. They wanted to drive people off the server, so they left it to rot. And whilst you can go and get say best web host, you get a top 10 list. Everybody on that list is paid to be there. It's not a proper top 10 list. It's actually a top 10 worst hosts. You know, the worst ones you could go with. Trying to find a good one is extremely difficult. And I really couldn't be asked to pay money out after one host and another trying to find that good host, only to have that happen to me again. Because I already had £300 wasted because of this. And I didn't have £300 I could afford to waste. So I just closed everything down. And that's why the website closed. It has nothing to do with everything else. But like I said, this is all ancient history. This is like 6-7 years ago now. You know, all of this ended. So yeah. But I don't use Nexus. I don't use Bethesda's forum. I considered both to be toxic back when I last used them. I've got no idea what they're like today. I've not been near them. Anybody uploads a mod to Nexus will not get me downloading it. I will not download it under any circumstances because I don't use Nexus. So if you wanted me to see a mod and it's on Nexus, the answer's no. I'm not doing it. I make mods for fun. I used to make mods for fun. One of the reasons I stopped making mods is I got sick of that fun being spoiled by arseholes. Yes, I probably responded badly quite a few times, right? Says, but I was doing this for fun to enjoy myself back then. And I had a lot of bad shit going on in my personal life, you know, health issues, not with me, I was a carer, but people looking after, deaths in the family, and they just got worse whilst all that was going on. And I couldn't even mod to escape from it because the modding scene was worse than having a family member die. So, not just one either. My father-in-law died, my mum died, and my dad died all in that era, all in that period. So yeah, it was a terrible time, and that's the time they were giving me all the crap and flaming me and attacking my website, and I just got it so I couldn't enjoy making mods no matter how hard I tried, and that stopped. And right now, I still have that nagging doubt that I shouldn't get back on that horse. It is still it's one of the reasons why I've been a bit sluggish in getting back on at all. Right, I mean, do I want to go back to that? I mean, this is the thing. I'm a different person today. I'm a much more savvy person than I was back then. But I mean, I've been modding for online modding, not just modding. I've been modding for 25, 26 years at that point, but uploading mods for 16. And I'd never seen a community that bad. Not ever. Not before or since. But the irony is the people that were doing all the worst shit were people with kids of parents my age. My age got messed up their kids. You know, made them behave that way. They said it was alright. Oh, God. Yeah, said it was alright. So it's my own generation screwed that up. But yeah, anyway, that's the story. This is all ancient history, like I said, but I really didn't understand where these guys could get off thinking what they were doing was alright. But anyway, it's always around against mod cleaning as well, because the people giving the advice out really didn't know what they were talking about back then. I dare say they've got better at it since then, but they really didn't even want to run tests. They were being quite lazy. In a simple playthrough would have told them everything they needed to know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but that's the background story. I consider that all water under the bridge now and dead and gone. Right? So it's ancient history, but I still don't use Nexus, and I still don't go on Bethesda's forums, and I've got no plans to, because quite frankly, I don't want to run the risk of it being exactly the same as it was, you know, when I was last there. Because it made for a horrible experience, and quite frankly, I do this for fun. I don't do this to be flamed and attacked on a daily basis by some power-hungry moron. I do this for fun, right? Although I do want to make it into a business now, so obviously having massive flame wars is not good for business either, is it? So we'll see how that works out. But I'm not getting the support I was hoping to get anyway. So I'm probably going to knock the modding on the head and go in another direction, because let's face it, right? It's a lot of work. You're talking months and months of work for what? What kind of level of support we're talking about? The second you try to make a business out of it, a lot of people try and sabotage it. So I'm thinking maybe stick to videos. Unless you guys, manage to support me in such a way that makes me think maybe I'm wrong. But you know what to do. Patreon links all over, especially on my main channel page, link in the corner up here somewhere. You want to see it, stick it on there, and you'd say, this is because I want to see you make more mods. Eventually, if you get enough support doing that, I'll recognise the fact that that is where the support's coming from, and that's where I'll focus my efforts. But anyway, that's the story. I'm actually getting to enjoy the games again now after all these years. But it does take about 5 years from making a mod to me being able to enjoy a mod, right? Because in that time I've forgotten most of it, and I can treat it like the player treats it. I still remember details, but obviously the far details are lost on me. I'm going to go because hay fever's playing up. I need to take my tablets, so I'll chat to you later.